template masterclass. So if you became a Delacon customer after July 2019, these HTML email templates will be your email templates by default. What this means is if you have any calls that are unanswered, missed, when there's a voicemail left, whether it's busy, you'll get an email notification that looks something like this. Let me just show you. So this email includes details like the call status, the number of the person that called, the date, the duration in the instance that it was answered, the source type, if that's what you'd like to include, as well as this rating over here, which is a 5-star rating. Now, this rating is especially important if you're an agency, because if you send these emails to your clients, they have an opportunity to rate the calls and to establish whether the call was successful. Now, to begin, basically what you need to do is you need to go into the Delacon portal. Once you're in the portal, you'll need to go into Menu, then Services, and then Email Configuration Service. Now, as you can see, there's 5 different types of emails. There's one for answered calls, one for missed calls, one for busy voicemail left, missed no voicemail left, and busy no voicemail left. So if you're happy with the template as is, so essentially it's going to look like this, like the picture that I showed you just before. If you've uploaded a logo to your Delacon portal, your logo will actually appear here by default. If not, it looks something like what it currently does in this template. You'll have this voice bubble here that will allow you to listen back to the call, as well as all the different metrics. So if you're happy as is for all the different types of calls, what you can do is you can copy default HTML templates, select all the different types of enable this service form, and then confirm. Now, it's very important to note that you need to press save for this to actually activate. Once you press save, this box will pop up and it'll tell you that the update was successful. Now, if you have some HTML experience or would like to capture additional metrics, what you can actually do is you can go back into Services, Email Configuration, and then you'll have this list of additional metrics that you can capture. If you'd like the list, it's right here in the Setting Up Email Alerts in the guide. We can link it to the video as well. And basically these are all the field names. So the field names have to be put into square brackets. So for instance, search engine. So if this is one of the metrics that you'd like to capture and it's not currently on the default template, click into your desired template of choice. So now we'll go down to, for instance, you see here search engine and search type. If in an instance that search engine wasn't there, what I could do is put a /, then open square bracket, type in search engine just as it appears in that list in the HTML setup guide, and then close bracket. And then by saving that, I would have that additional parameter and I'll be able to see it in my HTML email template once it appears in my inbox. So, I mean, essentially that's all you really need to do. If you do have quite a lot of complex HTML, it's best to get your in-house HTML person to do this on your behalf because it can get tricky. Otherwise, simple changes are quite easy to make. If you'd like to know where exactly these emails get delivered to, what you can do is you go into Menu, Services, and then you can click on the edit on one of the CIDs and notification email. So that's exactly where it's going to appear. At the moment, ours says blah.com, but yours will obviously say something completely different. Good little tip. On the right hand side here, we have email notification only for missed calls or busy calls. This function, it's disabled as a default, but if you enable it, what that means is you will only receive those emails for missed or busy calls. You won't actually receive these emails for calls which are answered. That's pretty much it. It is a very, very handy tool to use. It's also very simple to set up. And it saves you a lot of time as well, so you can know whether your customers are satisfied in case you're an agency or you have a record of all the calls that have been made. You can listen to recordings at a click of a button and all the valuable parameters that you'd like to capture there just at your fingertips. Thank you for listening.